I sincerely hope you're doing well today. We are talking about, you guessed it, documentary filmmaking today. If you've been around this channel for more than, getting some crazy sun, gonna stay in the shade. If you've been around this channel for more than 5 minutes, you'll know that I love documentary filmmaking and we talk about it a lot. And if you haven't got the chance to see Kill or Be Killed, the film we just released, today's video is gonna be a bit about the behind the scenes, but I wanna give you 3 foundational tips for creating good films, for creating good documentaries. These are tips that we follow on all of our shoots. It's how we know we can go out and, just like Kill or Be Killed, shoot an entire short documentary in just 2 days. And that we know when we come back with all of that footage, we're not gonna be lost in the edit, and we're gonna be able to deliver something that our client will be happy with. This is what we call the assertive filmmaking approach, and it's what we talk about extensively in our documentary course. You don't want to be an aimless filmmaker. You don't want to go out and just shoot cool stuff and then be stuck in your edit. So what are those foundational tips? What are those things that we follow? Just before I get into that, everyone's been asking, what did I shoot Kill or Be Killed on? What lenses did I use? So quickly, here's the gear. Shot it on the FX9, which I'm actually shooting this on, with pretty much 90% of the time on the Helios lens. That's that vintage Russian lens that has a swirly bokeh. A few shots on the 24mm, and almost the entire time I shot with my Polar Pro mist filter, which again, I actually have on right now. Fun times. For most of our interviews, we just used available window light, used my Falcon eyes for backlighting a few times, and used the nan tubes for some of the flickering or just to get a little bit of fill light here or there. Oh, and of course, lots of haze. But now, thankfully that I got the gear out of the way, what is the #1 tip for you approaching your documentaries? You know, this is a thing I see missing from most people's films, and it's what takes your film from being forgettable to timeless. And that is this: it's determining your theme. That might sound obvious, and you might even not understand what I'm talking about, but what I mean is, what is your film about? And don't just say, in the case of Kill or Be Killed, it's about an MMA fighter. Sure, that is what you're seeing on screen, but what is the spirit? What is the soul of the film? And in this case, we're looking at what it means for your muscles to have purpose, what it means for you to give up one way of life and embrace laying your life down for others. That is what Joel Paquette in this film is wrestling with, and that is our theme. And why that is so important to know your theme before you go shoot is it's going to inform everything that you shoot. It makes your filming so much easier. You then know what you're trying to capture. What I mean by this is this shot of Joel by himself in his house. This relates to the theme of taking lives, as he says he did as an MMA fighter, and he wants to start saving lives. So you see this lonely journey. That's why he's by himself in so many of these shots. You start to see a bit of the sacrifice that he's having to make in order now to stop just living a selfish life as an athlete and start living a selfless life as a paramedic, as a rescue worker, as a firefighter. Do yourself a favor, come up with a theme. It's gonna help you create your shot list. It's gonna help everything from your questions to your edit. You know what you're trying to say with your film. Quick note also, if you want more information about documentary filmmaking and corporate video shooting and shooting branded content, our documentary course, The Art of Documentary, is opening back up on September 7th. The wait list is now open. You want to get in. We only have a limited amount of spots. We keep the doors open very short, so you want to go jump in on that. It's the complete comprehensive guide to telling documentary films. Also, we'll be showing you how we can take 8 hours of footage and create a 5-minute cut in just a day and a half with our spine editing technique. Now on to point 2. Second thing, this is what we do before we go out and shoot our documentaries, is we create very focused questions for our interviews. And why you want to make that one of the first things that you ever do is those questions are going to be your narration. They're going to be the bedrock of your film.
My whole life encompassed fighting. Fighting is a very selfish sport. You're so self-absorbed in your training, your eating, your regimen. You become almost robotic.
Also, too, you're not trying to tell someone's life story with a short documentary. Get that out of your head. That is for a feature doc. When you're shooting something short, you want focused questions because you're only gonna have maybe about a 5-minute film and you only really wanna hear their voice for maybe half of that or else it gets annoying. So you're gonna only have 2.5 minutes of answers. So you wanna have focused questions. Don't go in and be like, so tell me about your childhood. Please, stop wasting your editor's time with long, abstract, aimless interviews. Side note, a lot of you have been asking how we color corrected Kill or Be Killed. There's no secrets. Literally, I just applied my Sony Cinema LUT on the entire project and then tweaked the curves from shot to shot and a bit of the white balance. That was it. If you're interested in that LUT pack, I'm putting it on sale right now for 50% off. You can check the link in the description. My third and final point, I really hope you made it this far because this is a great one. And this is what all the greatest filmmakers do, and that is creating your rules. Essentially, what is your approach? The rules are going to determine how you shoot every scene, how you edit it, how you approach your film. So for us, our rules were this. When Joel is working out, the camera is moving, the camera is aggressive. When Joel is trying to find peace and reflect of who he is, the camera is still. It's calmer, it's locked off. This seems really simple and really obvious, and it's nothing new. People have been doing this for years, but it works. Gave the film something a little bit more in the edit, and that's contrast. You have these two different styles, and when you have those styles leapfrogging throughout the film, it helps keep the edit more interesting. Your edit is like music. You want to have valleys and peaks. You want slow moments and you want intense moments. This is what can help keep people's attention through your whole film. So there you go, guys. Just to recap that, pick your theme, get really focused questions for your interviews, and come up with your rules. If you want to know more about documentary filmmaking, like I mentioned, our course, The Art of Documentary, is reopening. We now have 2 modules. Between those 2, I think there's over 80 videos. We have hours, dozens of hours of content where we go into the deep dives of our films, teaching you everything from how to edit quicker to how to tell better stories and how to deliver projects that your clients or yourself are going to be proud of. Timeless filmmaking. That's what we want to help you with, not just cool transitions or knowing what lens to shoot on. There's more to filmmaking than just the gear. So jump on that wait list. Like we said, limited amount of spots available in the course. We only keep the doors open for a very short amount of time because they always get flooded. We have hundreds of people joining right away. So get on that wait list. We also have early bird pricing, which you'll want to get in on in the first kind of 72 hours. Check that out, theartofdocumentary.com. I am so grateful for you having watched this video, made it this far. Leave a pineapple emoji if you did, and we will see you on the next video. Peace out. This is Michael's adult syrup.
What do you mean?
I mean, you drink it all day, more than water. I've never seen you drink water.
No, you got something else in the car that's close to water.
So, medium caffeine. Lots of caffeine.
That's for you.
This is perfect. Search sugar-free.
Yeah, we gotta have a good shoot here.
We gotta go shoot this.
Godrich.